St. Paul voters tonight also voting on a $37 million tax levy for the city's public schools. It's one of 63 districts across the state asking voters to raise taxes for schools. That's more than 4 times as many districts asking for funding compared to an average year. Jennifer Hossman keeping an eye on all of these referendums and joins us now. Do we see any trend lines yet, Jennifer?
Well, it's a lot of districts to keep track of, Julie, and it's important to note before we kind of get into some of the results that are coming in is that budget deficits are also really high right now when typical funding streams like the state are stagnant. So districts are really relying this time around on these levies, of course, that are tied to property taxes that will go up if approved. Several of which we know have some results coming in. So we want to go over just a couple of them right now that are important to the metro area, including Farmington, which is an $8 million a year operating levy, which would be about $450 a year for an average homeowner to try to keep class sizes down and high school career pathways open. That has about a 57% lead right now. If we look to Lakeville, at last check, that had about a 68% lead, with voters wanting to approve renewing what's called a capital projects levy there that first passed several years ago for a $4 million upgrade for security and educational technology. And if you look quick here, Rosemount, Apple Valley, Eagan, another capital projects levy that actually would expire if voters don't approve it tonight, meaning they'd lose out on $9 million. That is also leading with about 67% of the vote so far. And experts have said that, Julie, you talk about trends here, that they have been cautiously optimistic despite some stagnant funding as well as our pocketbooks being hit pretty hard this year and in the future, that voters will ultimately approve these levies.
It is a challenge. Historically, though, I think Minnesotans also understand the value of public education and how important strong schools are to their communities and also to their own property values.
One interesting levy that I am watching is up in Crosby, Ironton. There were no results in yet for that one. A very small district facing $1 million budget deficit after already making $1 million in cuts. So certainly, Julie, this also shows that districts all over the state are feeling a pinch, no matter their size. And we'll continue to keep checking all of these districts throughout the evening.
All right, thank you, Jennifer.